morning. Okay, so here we go. Couple things. I just made my 40-ounce water with LMNT in it. Oh, this is reverse. This whole thing is gonna throw me off because it's flipped. And coffee is brewing because we need our liquids to get us through this. A couple things before I get started, and obviously I'm gonna be like bouncing around in and out of the screen, but hopefully I can kind of set it up so you can see most of the stuff I do. I'll move the computer also. Um, so I use Chronometer for my coach. That's a tracking app. Most of my clients and most other people probably use MyFitnessPal, which is also awesome. I use MyFitnessPal for 5 plus years. It's just that my coach at this time rather prefers that I use Chronometer. So that's what I use. So I'm going to kind of be showing you both because prior to today, I did log in Chronometer, right? Because I always tell my clients and I always tell anyone that asks, right? You have to log the food if you are counting macros, right? You can meal prep without actually counting macros. You can just make balanced meals, which is fine. But if you are counting macros, you should put it in your app before you cook because the worst thing ever, right, is when you think you have this great meal plan laid out and then hey, you have this great meal plan laid out and then you cook it, then you log it, and you're like, oh shit, I'm 30 grams over in fat or I'm super under in protein. Now, how the heck am I going to play macro Tetris to get this figured out? So I always say that's why architects make the plans to the house before they build it, right? Because you could build this beautiful house and then realize the walls don't meet or there's no doors, right? So there's problems. So always put it in your phone, even just an estimate, to make sure that it is balanced. So last night, it took me about 3 seconds, right? I made my food. So I'm making today on this live a breakfast sandwich and my lunch. My snack will most likely just be a protein bar and rice cakes because that's just quick and easy for, my schedule this year, which is, usually what I eat anyway at school for a snack. And I'll have like my second lunch kind of when I get home. So I'm prepping a breakfast sandwich and I'm prepping a buffalo chicken bowl. And I needed to make sure that they, were higher in protein. The fat wasn't crazy. I may actually tweak something or two as I'm cooking. But as you guys can see, right? Oh, hold on. This really fucks me up. Right? My breakfast sandwich is about 317 calories with 34 grams of protein, 30 carb, 12 fat. That's a pretty good balance. Then I'll probably have my protein bar. And then for lunch, my chicken base is 370 calories with another 37 grams of protein, 33 grams of carb, and 13 grams of fat. Now, honestly, my fat, right, for the earlier part of the day, so that leaves me with about 900 calories while I'm at school, which is, not excessive, but I like a big dinner, right? I've said this multiple times. I really like a big dinner, so I always save a little bit more. The fat is a little higher than I would like, so I may cut my cheese in half, or I may see how the recipe goes as I cut certain vegetables because I will be weighing and adjusting. But this is a pretty good base. Now I know that this works and I can pretty much fit a dinner, another snack in here without going over on any certain macro because no macro is completely low and no macro is wildly high, right? There's a nice balance right there. So I do this beforehand and now I know the guidelines, right, of what I'm going to be making. So for example, I can open up the breakfast sandwich and I know that I need a whole carton of egg whites. I need 4 servings of the Canadian bacon. I need 8 slices of bread. I need 4 slices of cheese. And I need 2 eggs. Right? I might cut the cheese in half just to lower my fat a little bit, but most of the part that's going to stay the same. I also know that for my chicken bowl, right, I'm going to get one big onion. I'm going to aim for about 600 grams of potatoes. Yes, I'm sure I won't hit 600 perfectly, so I'm going to have to change that. Ground chicken, my aim is 24 ounces, 6 ounces a day because there's only 4 days of the week this week. And then around 600 calories of zucchini. And then the buffalo sauce I don't put in because it's zero. This is an estimate. I'm going to tweak it as I actually weigh it, but at least I know where to start. Okay, so that is that for now. And then I go in like chronological order. So the potatoes and the eggs take the longest to bake. So I'm gonna start on those and then kind of work my way back. But just, I've done this about 1,000 fucking times and I still um, check temperature. Also, please do not like at me for like if I don't wash my potatoes long enough, or if I put Rustin snacks in a bag and I don't wash the grapes for long enough, or I touch something and then touch a knife. Um, the, Leave me alone. Okay? My life. If I get salmonella, I get salmonella. Just kidding. But I've never gotten it. I don't plan on getting it. So, okay. All right. So we're gonna get started. I'm gonna go get the ingredients. I'll walk you through those. I'm gonna have some water and get the show on the road. Okay. So first things first, I'm gonna put the oven on. So it can heat up. So I'm gonna do 400. I have a double oven. If you guys can see it, I don't really use it all that much. I'll probably just put the eggs and the potatoes next to each other anyway. But maybe for today, I'll change it. If you don't have a double oven, not the end of the world. Just find a middle ground temperature that you can cook both at. Right? Like as long as they're cooked, it doesn't matter. I mean, I know to me, I'd rather do it at one time than not. But the potatoes and the eggs take about 40 minutes, so that's my longest thing. But I can do a lot while I wait for those. All right, so I'm gonna go run in and out and get groceries. Show you what I'm making. So, peace out, second. Oh, I also put my cookie sheet in the oven while it's preheating, which I'm gonna do now. It just like allows the potatoes to sit on it and get like extra crispy, which is really good. Okay. All right, so we got the bowls, we got the egg bake, we have my cutting board, most of the stuff. All right, so the next most important thing, the coffee. All my oh wait, my coupons are in the dishwasher. I'll just use this. My husband and I both drink coffee in the morning, and then he also drinks like a CBD beam tea at night. So we've been going through a ton of mugs. I don't usually do this, but my daughter's been like crushing Core Power things, but like only like, a quarter of them. So I have like 13 in the fridge that are not finished. So I've been using it as a little bit of like a 2-second creamer. And then if you know me, you know me. The best topping in all the land. Unweighed. Don't come at me. And obviously, now we're ready for meal prep. Okay. Cheers. Oh, balls. Spilled already. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is make my eggs. So like you guys saw, right? Yeah, I'll put it down. 2 whole eggs. Carton of egg whites. And honestly, I might do a little bit more. I might do a carton and a half. Because you guys know that I pretty much eat a carton of egg whites for breakfast each day anyway. So I'm going to need to do a little bit more for sandwiches. So in that case, I'm going to weigh, right? Because I don't have that exact breakdown of what's in this leftover one. So I'm going to go to my recipe, open up the eggs. Now I know I have 460 grams is in one whole carton. Now I'm going to see what's left over in this one. Another 220. So 460 plus 220 is 680. 680 grams. Okay. Now that's adjusted. Okay. You also may think this is weird, but my mom, as a kid, always put water a little bit in the egg. She didn't put milk. Maybe because that's, we were afraid to get chubby, but so I still do it. Salt, pepper. Whiskey. So again, I'm doing these first, right, because they cook the longest. So I'm going to cut my potatoes next. And make sure that these go in the oven while I'm prepping everything else. Okay. Little spray. Okay, these are all ready. They can wait. Dishes. And now, potato time. So remember I said my goal before was about 600 potatoes. Oh, oven is ready, at least one of them. Just fun enough. Okay, so I'm going to zero out my scale. Get my potatoes. And start weighing these. Now, people might find this gross. These potatoes are definitely older, so they have some sprouts on them, but I just peel the sprouts off and we're good. Okay, I always get the little dynamic duo ones, the little tiny guys. Okay, I think they're the best ones. I eat my big potatoes for dinner, and then I cut in 4s. And I wait till I get to 600. This part's gonna be thrilling to watch. Look at that guy. Does that creep you out? Ooh. And just like that, it's off. So obviously this meal prep is going to take me a little bit longer than most because I'm chatting a little bit, and going through steps that maybe I would just kind of breeze through on my own. But I still bet you it goes pretty damn fast. And I don't think any of us have Labor Day barbecues at, what time is it? 8:15 in the morning. Okay? And yes, I know my kids are not necessarily here right now climbing on me, but they will be very shortly. And I'll probably have to make them breakfast in the middle of this. And I'm going to probably undo the dishwasher in the middle of this and get Rusty's snacks ready for school. So, I mean, there's a lot you can do at 8 o'clock in the morning that sets you up for the whole entire week without having to think about meals, right? Think about all the time that you spend thinking about what to eat for breakfast, what to bring to lunch, or where to run out in between, your meetings or your classes to get lunch. Or maybe you don't even eat at all, you just skip it, but then you come home and you're a bottomless pit and you just eat, right? These 2 hours on a Sunday, and I don't even think it's going to be 2 hours, take away any kind of meal prep decision or food decision you need to make for the majority of meals for the week, right? Okay, maybe your dinner is not prepped, but that's one meal a day compared to 4 that you now don't have to think about. And you know that they're good choices. You're not making, penne alla vodka with 80-20 beef for your meal prep, right? You know you're hitting protein. You know you're hitting a satiating carb. You know you have vegetables. Okay, so I just hit 6:28. I'm going to go for 2 more just to be annoying. So I'll show you how to edit. Okay, so I did my potatoes. They're 670. Okay, so I go back into my app. I open up the buffalo chicken base. I go to the potatoes where I originally had 600, and now I'm going to go 670. Save. Okay. I'm also going to add a little bit of oil to these. Okay, I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to measure, but that was about the tiniest little thing in the world. I will add olive oil, probably like a half a teaspoon, and that is it. Again, remember, I'm not in a cut. I am not trying to lose weight, so I can be a little bit more lenient, okay, on my olive oil intake. Okay, so the potatoes are good. Close these bad boys up. And now we are ready to put them in the oven. So if I do it this way, you guys can see. Okay. Oh, my egg's going on top. This is done. That's right. Salt and pepper on the potatoes. Set a timer for 20 minutes just so I can flip them around. And now I'll get to the other stuff. Okay. Next thing I'll do is I will prep the zucchini and the onions. big zucchinis. If you guys don't have this chopper from Amazon, it's incredible. I will link it, but it saves me about 1,000 hours. I'm not the best like cutter sous chef in the world, and this makes life very easy. I usually cry with onions, so I don't know. I haven't really tried any of the hacks. I'm a little too lazy. Excuse me. Okay. All right, here we go. Sorry if it's loud. The kids love helping with this part, but they're not like strong enough yet. So it ends up just being like mushed zucchini. So if your kids want to help you smash, make sure you help them. Okay, so the container's full. So I'm going to weigh first before I finish, putting it back into the same exact bowl that I did the potatoes in, because I don't think cross-contamination exists with potatoes. So I'm reusing it. Okay, we are definitely way over, not way over, but we are over what I guesstimated for the zucchini, which at the end of the day is not that bad because it's zucchini. So it'll probably be like 20 calorie difference. Okay, so my zucchini is at 809, so 200 grams more than I thought. So I go back to the app and I change it. 809. Save. Okay. Now it's onion time. And I use the same thing. Okay. Big boy onion. Not sure if you guys can hear, but Peppa Pig has been on in the background, and there have been no kids here since we started. Probably could have changed that. Oh man, maybe onions make me sneeze now. Oh, this is so annoying. Okay. All right, onion peeled. Slippery fella. And we go back to the chopper. You can also roast your onions. Potatoes and onions pretty much take the same time with the same temperature. So sometimes I will roast my onions in slices. This week I am chopping them and I'm just going to saute them with my zucchini. But that is something you could do also. So if you like bigger chunks of onion, you can just throw them in with the potatoes in the oven. They come out super, super good as well. Okay, so I put the scale back on. It's at 0. Oh, here I go. Tears are coming. I weigh my onions. And we're at 420. So I go back to my app and I put 400, which is a pretty good guess. So I'll go 420. Now we are good with that. Cutting board can kind of go away for now. I'm going to put some things back because I don't like the clutter as I go. So, un momento. Now I'm going to start cooking the chicken. This comes in a 3 pounds, right? So I don't need all 3 pounds. So I'm going to measure out the 24 ounces that I need for the 4 meals that I'm doing. Right? And then I will save the rest. I'm sure my husband will use it, or I'll just use it tonight for dinner, or I'll just make him some prep with it. Just going to use it in this because I already don't want to waste another bowl. Still frozen. I took this out 2 days ago. Okay. £1, 3 ounces. That's what? 19. So I need 1.5. 16 plus 8. Yeah. Oh, 1 pound, 8 ounces. That's pretty fucking impressive. Okay, so there's the chicken that I'm using. Meat. I do want to double check that when I log on Chronometer, that it is definitely raw. Oh, and I actually have to scan because I put in some random chicken. So, where'd that go? Okay. Okay. All good. Okay. Next thing, that's gonna cook. I don't think I have buffalo sauce, which I did not look at prior to thinking about this, which is a bummer. So I'm just gonna throw some other sauce on it. Just not sure what. I'll probably just do like taco seasoning or something. But honestly, I don't, with salt and pepper added to these, I don't think I need all that much. So I'm pretty much done weighing, right? Because like my egg sandwiches, I don't really need to weigh. So I can put the scale away. sit and wait, I can start on the zucchini. I probably should get a bigger pot for this. Switch. Salt and pepper on my vegetables. Sorry, you can't see. I'm not gonna lie, I totally would use the same spoon that was in my chicken for my vegetables, but I won't today. Okay. That is not the right top. Meat. Okay, so because I don't like a ton of shiz around as I go, now I'm gonna take a hot second to like clean up the kitchen. Yes, it was ground chicken. 92.8 from BJ sells it in a pack of 3 pounds. So, and I feel like I'm gonna need more, but we can adjust that next week. Okay, so I'm gonna clean up a little bit. My dishes I run pretty much every night. And I always undo those kind of as the meal prep is going. So the next thing that I have to do, right, is toast my bread and start prepping the egg sandwiches, but like pretty much almost done with the prep. Like, yes, the potatoes are like cooking and the eggs are cooking, but there's really not many other steps I have to do. My brother-in-law has been into baking like creme brulees, so he always drops them off. So we have like a collection of his ramekins, which I'm not complaining about. But I don't think I own one ramekin. I messed those tops up. Too bad. All these damn kid stuff. Back to my meat for a hot second. Break it up a little bit. Okay. So we moved into this house like what, in 2020, and it hadn't been touched since like 1960. It was like the OG layout. So we were able to gut the first floor and like redo our kitchen, which we did during the winter with Rustin being like 1.5, which was not smart. But it allowed me to kind of create the kitchen that I wanted in the sense of just functionality. I mean, obviously, I love how it looks too, but everything is pretty smooth in the sense of like where things are. I don't have to take a ton of steps anywhere. Um, it's organized pretty well, shocker, right? But that helps me a lot. So my son slept at my in-laws last night because he's obsessed with them, and it was his last sleepover before the school starts. So Tom went to go get them, but I'm assuming they're in the middle of breakfast or something because they've been taking forever. But if you do this on a Sunday and your husband is home, like, go give them $50 and take them to breakfast while I do all this without interruption. But honestly, I do it all the time with them home anyway. So this is a little bit of a false pretense, I guess. It's not really any harder. Yeah, I have to hold them. They have to sit and watch. I help them out a little bit, but probably adds like 15 minutes on. Like, this is very doable with kids, right? I've done it since Rustin's been alive. So all stages of life with a child up until 5 years old with multiple children and pregnant. So you can too. Okay. Back to the dishes. Now I'm gonna do some of the dishes again because I don't want to just have a mound of dishes waiting for me at the end of meal prep. I did not grow up with a dishwasher. My family still does not have one. So I'm very, very, I feel like very spoiled now with one. Alright, so timer is down to 1 minute. So in 1 minute I'm going to flip the veggies, the potatoes, and the eggs. Oh, here they come. Where is he?
In the car.
Oh, is he mad?
He's very, very tired.
Oh, shocker. Great. Okay, so I'm gonna flip the potatoes and flip the vegetables. What, baby? What you got? What is that? Cool.
Far better.
Another 20 minutes there. Now we can start with the, once I'm done with these couple dishes, I'll start with the sandwich completion. What?
On the TV show?
Alright, so for the egg sandwiches, the eggs are obviously in the oven. I need Canadian bacon, cheese, and my 647 bread. I sometimes will use English muffins, but for this week, I'm using 647 bread. Just whatever I decide.
You put this milk in here? Coming out.
What?
It's coming out better.
I know, so much better. So I just put on my chicken. It's just like a mix of seasoning from Costco, but just doesn't include salt. So it's all the things that I have no idea about that you should cook with, like garlic and basil and oregano and cumin and all that stuff. So they just put it all together for you to make it easier. What, baby? Okay, so this is 647 bread. It's looked at as, low carby bread because it has fiber in it. But it's not really the reason I eat it. I like it. Like I said, I usually use English muffins, but right now I don't have a ton of them. So I picked this instead for the week. Okay. It's a little squished. And yes, I toast my bread 5 days in advance. Back off. Hey, Russ. Okay, and the cheese that I use from BJ's, 80 a slice. I'll probably cut that in half. And then Canadian bacon. Russ, did you eat breakfast? Okay. So 3 slices of Canadian bacon is 60 calories. So 3 times 4 sandwiches is 12. So I'll just make sure I have that on there. Yep. Okay. And then I'm going to cut my cheese down in half. So that recipe's all set. If you guys like hot honey, I've put hot honey on the egg sandwiches before, which is ironically like not very high calorie, but really good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12. You can go.
No.
I don't need it yet.
You cook your Canadian bacon?
I heat it up. What? Are you reading Rustin's brain cards? Cool.
Russ, you want syrup on this pancake? Syrup.
Alright, so I put my Canadian bacon in the microwave just for a little
You
bit.
want syrup on the pancakes or butter? Yeah.
Just for a little bit. I obviously know they're going to get cold again in my fridge, but I just like to heat them up for a little. They get a little smaller. My sandwiches are going to be very awkwardly sized. Okay. Get my cheese out. Okay, so I know the eggs aren't ready yet. They will be ready in about 10 minutes, but I'll start like constructing.
Oh, you want some pancakes?
Mama, can I have some dates in here?
Yes, go get a bowl.
Can
Here, Rusty.
Okay, so these all ready to be topped with the eggs and then wrapped up. Whoop. You want some?
Here, you fork, bro. Bro, do you want these pancakes? What about these pancakes? You want to have,
You need some other stuff too, bro.
you want to have both? I can help you with this.
I tried.
can do it. No, I can do this.
Okay.
I'm gonna do this one a lot. No,
Yeah,
not
you're
that
good
one.
at it.
No,
Oh,
this way.
okay, yeah. Do that.
Oh, the one.
So Rusty is going to be buying lunch. Well, we're gonna try that out to start. If he picks, we'll see what he picks. But he still needs snack every day, so I'm gonna make him his snacks right now too.
I love you.
What about you? What would you like to drink?
Anything you have?
Oh, alright. Got water. Tons of water. What? I think I just have
Good?
water. I don't think I have any.
You sit next to me? Okay.
I said it right here.
Okay. Need help getting up?
Are you have the same one as me? It's so yummy.
You like the pancakes? In case any of you guys need a
It's
good...
not so hard.
No, they're not hard. Costco sells mini pancakes, like that. Trader Joe's had them originally, but Costco jacked them in bulk, and they're really good for breakfast. You can microwave them, you can air fry them. We usually try and do those with like some hard-boiled eggs or something, but kids love them. Okay, now we'll do some grapes for Rusty. Hey, did you leave this bowl behind me?
Yeah. Actually, Mama. It's like feel. I'm trying to not put them in the butter. I put them in the butter.
Sure, it's delicious. Oh my gosh.
That's your turn to put them on. Okay, that's enough. Have your bell.
Thank you.
And put all of them in the butter. Don't take my cake.
I won't take your grapes.
Get your action.
Yeah. Tommy, can you get me 4 bags of Pirates Booty? So for Rusty's snack, we're gonna send him with some grapes and Pirates Booty. And then he's a big chicken fan, meat fan, so he'll probably pick those options at lunch. But it's an experiment, so we will
We need
assess.
4.
Making his lunch like his snack bags. For the week.
Oh, for the whole week? You're
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Please. How about a please?
Peas? What do you don't start, Rory doesn't start school until next week, but what are you gonna want for lunch? Cheese sandwich, some hard-boiled eggs, and grapes?
No,
No, what are you gonna want for lunch?
I want to make
You don't want any more? Okay.
You what? Hmm?
Bro, I'm so happy you like those.
She didn't use a ton of them. Okay. Done. So I'll put these obviously in the fridge, but I'll put the Pirate's Booty in his bag and have them laid out for... My husband's home this week so he'll be doing it, but usually our babysitter will be getting him off and ready.
Home this week. As usual, right?
Well, like you're home this week for...
I'm on vacation.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's the smallest grape I've ever seen.
Oh,
Please. So there's little stickers with these that say thank you with a heart when you close it. Who thinks that Daddy's gonna put them on? Nobody.
why didn't it be? Can it be sealed right now?
What?
Can it be sealed right now?
No, because the grapes aren't gonna go in. Actually, yeah, no. You probably could put them in, actually. You just put them in the outside fridge. Four minutes. Right, chicken's done. Zucchini's done. This is his snack, so he's gonna buy lunch at school. No, your school doesn't sell lunch. You have to bring yours. So you gotta start thinking about what you want. What can mommy make you for lunch?
Cheese.
What do you want for lunch at school?
Lobby.
What do you want for lunch at school? Grapes and what else? You need like the pancakes won't taste good by the time you get to school. You can have those for breakfast. And yogurt. Yogurt?
How's your throat feeling? Better?
No.
Good.
Okay. So Rustin snacks are done. Now these are Rusty's. You don't start school until next week.
Here you go, baby.
Thanks, Daddy. You right?
You okay? Yeah, I got big cheeks.
Okay, so now as I do the meal prep, I do not weigh out each container because at the end of the day, I'm eating it all anyway, right? So if there's 4 ounces of chicken, thanks, Russ. Not sure you guys heard that, but Russ farted. Okay, if there's 4 ounces of chicken in one container and then 6 in the other and 3 in the other, at the end of the day, like my weekly average is going to be the same because I'm the one consuming it all. So I do not go crazy with making sure I have just as much zucchini and onion in each exact dish because again, I'm the only one eating it. So at the end of the day, it all goes in my stomach. So I do not weigh out everything. I'm going to do my best to eyeball because obviously I don't want like 8 ounces of chicken one day and 2 the next. I'll just be hungry. So that's just, you know, how I do it. If I was to ever get into a cut, I may do it a little bit differently, but even then, I'm the only one eating it, so
Mama, this one's
I don't want to be
not
so type A that I don't want a pancake in my meal prep. That happens. So now I will. Guess I'll do my egg sandwiches first. So I'll put these on to the side. Actually, the eggs probably have to cool, so I'll probably do the. But this is what they look like. Dink. I'll come in fours. See?
Don't put them in the butter. No, in the butter. I'm not gonna eat it. They're in the butter.
Come back over. Please. Okay.
Mama,
Oh,
I
baby.
do this, Mom.
You what?
I do this.
Do what?
Look.
Nice. Okay, here are the potatoes.
Hi.
Yeah, it was really hot, so I'm just gonna look.
I see, Mama.
Yeah.
You made a little meal. I'm not good to eat them.
Butter.
Stop! I'm not going to eat it after
Okay, potatoes are in. Pretty accurate, I think. They look pretty decent.
And that your meal, Mom.
Well, that's part of it. And
That your meal, Mom.
that's the potatoes.
And this is a meal. Mama, this is a meal.
Not a meal yet.
Well, it's a potato.
It's a potato, yeah.
Like, you want me to eat it?
No, it's fine. Thank you. All right, just don't touch now. This is hot, okay?
What's that?
Zucchini and onion.
Oh, that yummy. That's a meal.
Almost. We got to put the protein in.
Yeah, and then it's a meal.
Then it's a meal. Yeah. Which one needs more, Ro? This one. This one. This one. Hey, pancakes and grapes. Beanie. Ah. Okay. Done.
Hey, Dad. I don't see these
Okay, throw them out front. You're welcome, by the way. That's okay. No, it's okay.
Every single time when I walk with this,
Come on in. All right, what's next?
Good job, Rosie.
protein.
The protein.
And then a meal.
Good job.
And then the beer?
No, a meal.
Can you let the dog in when you come back? Good job. Thank you for cleaning it.
Okay, protein.
Oh, that's protein.
That's protein.
Are you slipping?
Mama,
Oh, baby.
I want to in my shoe. Will I eat in my pants?
No, you gotta stay here.
Mama, I got it in my pancake.
You can't have your pancakes over on the chair.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
not doing it in my chair. I'm not putting my.
So you wait all your food cooked, Steph? Or like you put it all in this and then cook it? I'm confused. So let's add a buffalo sauce. So I had no sauce. To be honest, I have nothing that really catches my eye, so we're just gonna go like this. There's enough salt and pepper on it, so should be good enough for me. I'm not that picky, but this looks good. Okay, so that is that. I'm gonna let them cool off a little bit before I put the tops on. And then we will do the eggs. Put you over here. I'll put this in the container. Okay. Alright, so only 4 sandwiches, so easy peasy. Four. And no one says these are beautifully aesthetic. Okay. But there you go. There's one. There's two. Three. Look at that small little piece of bread. And 4. This is so hot. More, baby? Yep, one sec. I'm almost done with cooking, okay? And I'll read it to you.
Yep, I'm almost done with the check.
How many do you have?
7.
You have 7? No. Oh.
It's Monday. It's over.
Oh. 3?
All 3.5.
Alright, so as I wait for the eggs to cool a little bit before I put them in tin foil and my meals to cool, I'm going to do dishes and get the kitchen cleaned up because I don't want it sitting here like this. Also get my snacks, my rice cakes, my protein bars. Rory, we're not destroying that, right? It's supposed to be a book.
Asteroid.
Destroyed it. It's not to take apart, Ro. It's supposed to be a book that you can flip through. Fix it up, Russ. You can't? Why not? I don't think it's broken forever. Actually, you guys probably don't want to watch me do this, so I'll end up prep first. So then I get my awkwardly large cooler bag.
Excuse me, where's the remote?
I'd say by mom somewhere, but.
No, it's probably on the couch.
Didn't you put the TV on us?
No,
Oh,
I
Rory.
didn't.
Rory didn't like.
What, she put on Big City Greens?
Oh, no. Big City Greens is not on. It's
What were
fair.
they just watching?
Fairies. Okay, so this is the bag that I bring to school every Monday. Yes, it's a picnic basket. Yes, people make stupid comments, but I don't like having to remember my lunch every single day because I think that, again, creates some sort of obstacle to forgetting it, right? You're more likely to forget your lunch if you have to bring it every day. So I bring it all on Monday, so for the rest of the week, I don't have to think about it. It's all there. I don't have an excuse to go out or go somewhere else. It's just right in my fridge. Yes, obviously not everybody has a mini fridge in their room, but there's faculty rooms with plenty of fridges in them. I don't think anyone's going to dab into your ground chicken, zucchini, onion bowl. And we have an outdoor garage fridge that I will put this in. Alright, if you do not, it's not the end of the world. Just keep them in your main fridge until you can store them in your bag.
It says Harold in a purple print. I'll be over there in a second.
Okay, so these are in. Next, rice cakes, protein bars. Sammy. Steph, you weigh like your vegetables and stuff cooked? I would advise against that.
So good.
What?
Mine's so good.
I know. Okay. And you weigh like your eggs cooked? I'm so confused. Okay. All right. So that is that. and they're all in here for the week. Okay, I'll throw in some seltzers. Food is all logged, so all ready for tomorrow, September 3rd. I have my meals in. They're all adjusted, and there you go. Now for the whole week, I just copy it, and I don't have to think about anything. And the only thing I have to think about is adding how many rice cakes I have, and then the snack I get when home, and dinner. And dinner, you guys know I plan ahead of time, so it'll probably be like my just meats with some sort of veggie and rice or starch, easy peasy. But that was prep, and that took, what was it, like 8:15? No. I don't know how long I've even been on this. Oh, 1 hour and 15 minutes. And that's from the start when I was just chatting to now. So under an hour, most likely, if I was not live. Every single one of you has an hour. It's just, I mean, you cannot argue that. I won't believe anyone that says otherwise. And I did my kids' snacks. And I'm pretty much cleaned up. I have like 4 more dishes to do, and that's it. So probably 90 minutes, start to finish, kids' snacks, kitchen clean, grocery prep done. Easy. All right. If anyone has questions, obviously please comment on the video. I will download this and put it up, but it should also just be on live. But I hope this helped. I will pretty much do this every single Sunday in the morning. We have soccer's on Sunday at 9 coming up, so I will most likely do my eggs, or at least like all the prep work before we leave for soccer, and then kind of finish it all when we get back. So I break it up. I don't just start it all afterwards, because that's not efficient. I have an hour and a half before we have to leave, so I'll do some sort of prep before soccer starts, and then finish it on the way after. And then I make sure to keep my Sundays not crazy packed. Of course, we'll have events every once in a while, birthdays, whatnot, but I can find an hour. There's just really no excuse for that. You can find an hour to get your meals done. If you do grocery lists ahead of time, if you buy groceries ahead of time, if you put the meals in and keep it routine, super simple. All right. Have an awesome day, and I'm here for questions if anyone needs, but I hope this was helpful. See ya.